Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria Barsha today and this Thursday, Tuesday, and I'm doing this special two-part webinar. It's called the Mid-Year Business Planning. And I know you might have missed the last one. No worry, because I'm going to go through it quickly and then grab a piece of paper and a pen where it's going to be, you're going to do some work during the webinar, but by the end, you should be able to get a clear planning just for one page, and then you would, for the next 6 months, okay? And we know that the business is not the same anymore, and with the COVID and everything, and we really need to do the planning for the next 6 months, right? Whatever you had for the past 6 months or the beginning of the year, it no longer apply. So for today and also next Tuesday and Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, I'm doing this two-part webinar. That's your mid-year business planning for your business to adapt and pivot in the COVID-19 era. Okay, let's get the slides started. And this webinar is going to be about an hour. And as I said, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and then we're going to do some work. You're going to write something down, and I'll give you some ideas. And so that by the end of the webinar, you'll have an action plan so you can take for your business, okay? So it's a plan for you to adapt and pivot during your COVID-19 era, right? With us, as I said before, business is no longer the same. And we really have to really plan, because COVID is going to stay with us for a while. That's a reality, right, of the world right now. And so how you can adapt and pivot your business so not only you can survive, but also thrive in this world. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. And if you missed last Tuesday, and I have also next week, which is June 3rd and July 2nd, it's at 1:30 p.m. Okay, and my name is Victoria Barsha. I'm a business advisor and a financial strategist. So there are a lot of talk and people out there, a lot of information, a lot of webinar. Why listening to me? So let me introduce myself briefly, okay? So I'm a certified business advisor for Silicon Valley Small Business Development Center, which is a nonprofit organization funded by SBA, and for the Silicon Valley and Center is by the Santa Clara County. We offer free assistance to local small business navigate through the SBA disaster loans application process. And for Tuesday at 3 p.m. For the past a month and a half, probably about 2 months, over 2 months, I've been doing the SBA disaster loans. So if you guys still have questions and need to know more about the SBA disaster loans, and that now the IDO's open, and join me 3 p.m. Next Tuesday, okay, which is the June 30th. And I get updated almost on a daily basis from SBA and SBDC, which is important because there are so much information out there, and sometimes very confusing and contradictory. It's important to get the correct information direct from the source. And personally, I had owned and managed a small business clothing boutique. Well, it's about 27 square feet. It's still pretty good size for over 15 years, with the manufacturing part and also wholesale to over 100 stores throughout the United States. Combined with a degree finance, I really have a very good understanding about the business operation and finance, including sales and marketing. Currently, I'm sits on advisory board for Industry Council for Small Business Development, ambassador for Silicon Valley Central Chamber of Commerce, and also sits on Asian Affairs Business Committee with Cupertino Chamber of Commerce. I've been a business advisor and a financial strategist and consultant for small business owners for over 4 years now. So today, we're going to go through the 3-step process to get your business on track. Okay, the Tuesday ones, we basically did the first step process. Okay, and that's the first step process is basically define your business goals. And if you haven't attend my Tuesday one, no worries, because as I said, I'm going to quickly also going through it. Today's class is built, the webinar is built on Tuesdays, okay? And also you have a chance to re-attend next week. And now today's webinar is going to be creating strategies and action plans, so that now you would have something concrete you can work with. The Tuesday ones, I told you, don't worry about how, just define what you want to achieve, right? And now today is going to be how, what kind of strategy and action plan we can create so that you can keep, get your business back in track and keep it in track for the next 6 months to achieve your goal, okay? And in the end, you should be able to be able to implement with your 1-page plan. Since every business is different, so if you need some specific help, I can help you with that. And for people who will email me and contact me, then I can email the template. But you should pretty much have an idea what, by going through that, pretty much have an idea with those 3 areas you can do. Okay, so that's the 1-page business plan, action plan. Okay, so this 3-step process, we're going to cover the 3 areas. These are the 3 key areas every business needs in order to stay in business. Okay, the first area, of course, is money matter, right? We all have to, for a business to survive, we all have to make money for that business, right? So it's the money matter. And the second part is business operation. And then the third one is sales marketing, how you can get the client, right? So we're going to go through these 3 areas, okay? Okay, are you guys ready? Let's write your mid-year business plan together. Today is all about you. I know that I have to talk more general because everybody has different business, right? So, but the principle is the same. Maybe the strategy and everything is slightly different, but all business have the same principle. All has that 3 areas, right? Whether it's money, it's business operation, whether it's sales marketing, whether it's just one person, you're doing part-time, or you're even a freelancer, right? But of course, for people who are more at stake are the brick and mortar stores, right? People that have to pay the rent, people have payroll, people have all these expenses, right? Those people, I'm going to be focused on most today because these are the ones that really having that business plan is going to be a matter of survival for you for the next 6 months, okay? So let's do it, okay? Putting your business plan together. Okay, so the first part, and that we did last Tuesday, not last week, Tuesday, right, is to define your goal. And what is your next 6 months goal, and write it down, how much gross sales, and how many customers and clients, and how much net income, right? If you were not here, and just write down your goal, and I'm going to tell you about the action step, and then you can do it together if you didn't. Okay, so the other part is once you have the 6 months goal, you also want to write down the July, August, September, October, November, and December, that the next 6 months, right? We're almost at this crucial mid-year point. So you break it down, because a lot of business, especially in retail sale, the sale tends to be towards later part of the year, rather than July, August tend to be slow, right? But that's a perfect time doing, say, marketing or getting ready. And some business, maybe it's pretty much even, right? So every business, as I say, is different, but you want to write it down. Same thing. You break down the sales and revenue, custom clients, and net income into 6 areas, so that we can focus every month for your goal, okay? And that's the goal, okay? And I'm going to give you the checklist also, and then 3 minutes. So now, if you already define your goal Tuesday when you're with me, and we went through that goal part, now it's the checklist, the action steps. What are the 3 steps you want to take to achieve your goal? Whether it's the annual goal, it's a monthly goal, okay? I'm going to give you 3 minutes and using my iWatch timer, okay? Okay. So grab a piece of paper and a pen. It's important to actually write it down rather than just think about it. You have 3 minutes, so you have time to get that and then do this. I'm going to put in here, whether it's the monthly or the annual. If you don't have the goal, write the goal down. And if you already did that with me last Tuesday, then and do the action step, the 3 action step, how you can achieve your revenue and sales. Whether you are right now, say you are a brick and mortar stores, all you're doing is basically the retail sale. And now what else can you do? Is it an online sale? Is it reaching out to your customer? Say if you have a spa right now, skincare, spa, salon, some of the areas not open. So you may say, well, I can't get my customer yet, right? Depending on what area you are, because every state, even county within the state, has a different stage of the opening. And so you say, oh, well, I can't open even for business yet. What is my sales goal and revenue, right? How can I do it? So there's things maybe you can do in terms of maybe you have the product, maybe you can do online consultation with them. And so you can do the kind of skincare along with the customer. Of course, you have to change somewhat, right? Because before they just can lie down there and you do their thing, and now they can do their own thing. But still, there might be something that you can go with them, and also they being shelter in place for so long, they may be running low on their supplies, right? So there are a lot of things you can do. And say for restaurant, you are doing a takeout, already, but your takeout mostly is for warm food people eat right away, right? Can you develop some kind of food that maybe you can even put in separate section so it's semi-done? All they need to do is actually kind of make them themselves, whether it's to bake it in the oven or just stir fry it or whatever it is. First of all, it's for them, it's fresher, then now you will be able to maybe do something that's can be crispier, right? Because usually with the delivery, that part, the crispy, crunchy, the freshness part tends to go away. Okay, yeah. And now you can do something that can make that happen, or the free, I know that a lot of restaurants, you can do also things you make fresh, but it can be in the freezer, whether it can be steamed or baked, and then it's still much better than we would get ready-made from the supermarket, right? So a lot of other way of generating revenue, maybe you haven't think of, so that, or getting the clients. So write those down, maybe 3 things, right? That's 3 things that you can do to create that, to have you to achieve that, your goal. So look and think a little bit out of the box, okay? So that's that money part. Okay, so now we're going to go to the second part. Okay, and that's why it's good to have a piece of paper. If you don't have that done, just even write at the beginning, and then you can go back to it after the webinar, okay? Now, the second area is business operation. Okay, and for small business owners, a lot of people, they are sole proprietor. They may not even have an employee. They may have several employees, but the owner is basically wearing all the hats. You have to put everything together, responsible for everything. And not only you are working, in the business, but also it's important to work on the business to have that overall planning. Whether you're just one person or you have several people you can delegate, or maybe it's a time to hire an independent contractor, then so they can even work remotely, right? So things that you think, whether it's something you are not as strong at, or something that's not best use of your time, right? You really have to think what's best of using your time and how you can achieve what you need to achieve in terms of running the business smoothly, right? So whether it's how many hours you're going to dedicate for that business. And maybe you have another job, so you're only doing a part-time, mending your business, and you had workers, right? So that's all very important to define that. And also to define what business role you're going to play in your business, right? It's so easy for us as business owner just to do everything. Whatever needs to be done, we're on it, we do it, right? But is it really good use of our time? And also, do we work ourselves too much, really create a lot of stress and overwork, which is not going to be good for our health, right? And especially right now, it's very important that we get enough rest and not too stressed out. I know it's kind of difficult, but it is still very important for your business sake, right? So that's very important to clearly define your role. And then also other people around you, right? Whether it's if you have a partner, co-business owners, or it's your employee, or if you have contractor, or if you're thinking of hiring employee or contractors, and also of course your suppliers, right? So all these people, you want to listen and see how you want to interact, what you need to do to be most efficient for you, okay? So that last Tuesday, and then we have that 3 goal for you. And so today, things to think about is the time and project manager, right? As I mentioned, because there are a lot of things you have to do. It's so easy to get into this stage that, this needs to be done. I just got to do it. I just do it without thinking about whether best use of your time, right? Your time is very valuable. As a business owner, your time is so valuable, right? And also, not only we're business owner, but also, we are mom, dad, or someone, right? And or that has family responsibility as well too, right? And so that's why, to make sure that your time is using efficiently is very important. That goes back to the defining your role, how many times you want to spend on your business, in your business, and also the people around you, okay? Because we are juggling with so many things, right? And also so much distraction, so much noise, so much, everything, right? So we really need to be efficient, be able to manage our time in the projects, okay? This one is the, I don't know if you read, I think it's so many people, I don't even know if the authors, David Allen or someone else, they're always talking about that 4 quadrant of the, the business, right? The time management, project management. One is important, not urgent. And the other one is important and urgent. And the third part of quadrant is not important, but urgent. And the fourth thing is not important and not urgent. So take time to think about, what do you think your business is, what part of your business is important and not urgent that you need to do? What part is urgent and important you need to do? And what part, the third part, is not, what's not important but urgent, you kind of have to deal with, right? The third thing, not important or urgent, of course, we want to forget about that part, or let somebody else to do it, okay? To our surprise, actually, because most people would think the important and urgent things we have to do, right? And spend time because it's urgent, it's important, we have to get done. But your business success actually is based on doing the things you spending most of the time, I would say probably over 70% of time, on things that's important and not urgent. That's what's, the difference between working in your business versus on your business, right? So the important and not urgent thing are the things that's more strategic, more long-term. And also when you plan things well, now you have less of the important and not important and urgent thing, because when you plan properly, everything is done in such a way that of course things will pop out, right? It's excuse me, it's unavoidable, but now you'll have so much less of important urgent things you have to deal with, thus reduce your stress as well too. So just remember, the things you want to focus your time for to be successful is focusing on things that's important and not urgent. Okay, so write the 3 things down that you can do, and then the other things maybe, that's why I give you 2 lines, maybe something you can delegate, right? So write who you want to delegate to, and or what time you want to delegate yourself to. Maybe it's something not important that you can delegate into something that when you're tired, not as, as functional, right? And the whole reason is to plan in such a way, schedule in such a way, so that you have less of the important, urgent things you need to do, okay? So I'm going to give you also 3 minutes for that. And I'm going to go back to the one, so these 3 things I'm talking about for the business operation. Okay, so those are the business operation. Think about now, not only, you're defining your hours, but also now today you want to be more specific on what are the things you're going to work on your business, and what are the things you're working in your business that you think you can delegate, okay? And define your business roles, and also your co-owner, employees, contractor, supplies role as well too. And I know this business operation actually is a pretty big field as well too. Again, if you have question, you need to talk specifically for your business. I have the information, contact information and towards the end, and you guys can set up a 30 minutes free consultation. Then we can go through your plan and finally get you that one page that you can implement. Okay, so we have about a few more minutes. I'll be quiet so you guys can think. And the action checklist. Okay, 3 things. Define the things that's important and not urgent, but it's crucial for your business. So what are those things that you should spend most of your time? And then list the important, urgent things and the not important but urgent, and see if you can delegate. Okay, 3 minutes over. Let's continue on. Okay, remember to spend at least 70% of time on important and not urgent things for your business. Okay, now we get area 3, sales and marketing. And for any business to be successful, we got to have customers, right? We have to attract customer. We have to offer either the product or service that customer needs and want, right? And so the step 1 is define your ideal target customer. Whether it's the existing one and the new ones. And when I say redefine, maybe define and redefine, right? There are people you might not to, that's not your target customer, right? That red part. And it's okay, right? Because you can't serve everybody. You want to be able to, really target the people that's really your ideal customers, okay? So that part, was done last Tuesday. And if you haven't done it, I'm going to give you just 30 seconds to think about it. Should be relatively simple. Just think about the new customer you want to attract as well too, so that we can work on that part as well too. Okay, once you define your customers and the client, right? And now we are going to get to it's called the marketing mix. And so we're going to break into 2 parts. The first part is basically the defining and redefining your customer current product and service. So we know what kind of ideal customer we want, right? Now, what kind of products and services that can serve them better, right? Or that's what your current customer and target customer would want, okay? So we will talk about the product, price, and place and promotion. So first we'll do the product and the price and place, right? Product, what you already are serving, right? As a restaurant owner, now that there's the social distancing, there's outdoor dining, right? Do you have to change your menus? And so that's one thing, right? Or and also I was saying takeout, right? Or maybe people can do reheat, or doing, as I say, put it's already semi prepared. People can just um, not just microwave for the food, it's already warm delivered, but also the food that they can kind of saute themselves or heat up in the oven so that it's almost like freshly made, right? For preserve that freshness. So the product mix may be different. And with the social distancing, right? Now some of the food maybe, is more of a sharing type of food. I know a lot usually you put in the middle, right? And now maybe that's not a good idea. I have a lot of restaurant clients and also other service type of clients. So that's why using that as an example. And also food, everybody is like very clear on food, right? But you say, Victoria, my business is totally different. And then just talk to me, okay? Because it's hard to giving so many examples, but this is something like people can easily to understand. So before, like there's a lot of sharing food, right? In the middle, whether it's kind of like the stone, a lot of Asian food is in the middle, cooked together, hot pot, or, just sharing one big plate and sharing, right? So now it needs to be more like Western style, each one have its own dishes rather than share, right? Because if you are not going to the restaurant with a family member, which is somebody else, right, friends or business associate, you want to be sure that there is that somewhat of distancing in a way too, right? And then as the restaurant owner, maybe you want the seat a little bit further apart so that even people are eating, there's still somewhat of a distance, and also outdoor setting as well too, right? So a lot of things you may need to change in a way. And I know like with dentists, which, I have clients with dentists too, right? Because now a dentist cannot work at two chairs at the same time, right? So, your service really have to change. And also what additional thing you can do, maybe through online type of things for people, even diagnose or whatever it is, rather than they have to come in to the dentistry, the dental office in order to get some kind of treatment, because something maybe can be somewhat done, right? Not exactly, but there are certain part can be done, remotely or diagnosed remotely, and then have them come in. Maybe then it will speed up the process, right? So different things you want to adapt and pivot to for that. And then the pricing. What kind of pricing can you charge the same as before, or some of the things maybe there was so much need for it that the price actually, and there's shortage and the price can go higher. Like I know, like for haircuts, for instance, the salon, right? And some of the popular one, because there's so many people haven't done their hair and all that for so long, there's a long waiting list, right? So one thing they feel like they can do is, and also it's also cost is higher, right? Because they can't, they have to be more social distance with the same rent and everything, but they can only serve less customer, right? So they increase the price rather than reduce the price, and there's still long waiting lists. So price is relative, and doesn't mean that you want to make the price low because people are like hurting right now, which I understand, right? But as a business part of you, right, you want to see what kind of price makes sense to you. And also maybe you can add additional product and service, right? So that it's in a higher price point margin, but it's something that the customer do need as well too. So that could be something, thinking in terms of price. And then the place, right? As I said, most people I consult with a brick and mortar business type of businesses, right? Because I had a brick and mortar business, so I'm really familiar with a lot of brick and mortar business, including, friends in the brick and mortar business, and the clients later on become, referral and clients in the brick and mortar business. So I'm very familiar with that. But a lot of them, including like my contractor, general contractor client, right? So because he has been in business for so many years, right? And now I tell him, you have so much experience, expertise. You really would serve so well for people that have issues that doesn't know how to solve. And then there you are here. It can help them. Like a lot of things can be done remotely right now, really, with our technology of, I'm, using the technology. Few months ago, I feel kind of awkward talking, to a screen, right? Because I'm so used to having a dialogue, meeting people, listening to them, and rather than me talking, in that sense. So there is this adaptation of technology, but once we embrace technology, it can create so much opportunity for us, like for him, this general contractor, right? So now he gets this consulting, and the people not only are willing to compensate him quite highly, but are so grateful in a sense as well too, because it saves them so much money. If they didn't know and made a mistake, and then this like change order and everything else, now they have somebody they can go to, which is like a doctor with you want a second opinion, same thing, right? So a lot of things you can pivot. And as I say, each industry is a little bit different. So my suggestion will be different as well too, okay? But you do get the 30 minutes free, brainstorming with me as well too. So that's the place, right, to how you can really, expand your business in a way so your business is multi-channel, not just one channel in a sense, okay? Now, I don't know if you have written your goal on that, but I'm going to give you a few minutes written your goal and then the action steps. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes too, okay, for the goals and action steps for these 3 areas. And then we'll put the promotion as the marketing part as different sections. So we'll talk about that. So right now, just the product, price, and location. So which is sales and marketing. So it's more the sales part of the section. Okay. So the 3 things: your goal, and also what you want to do, like what you can do to achieve that. So I'll go back so you have an idea what are the things I'm talking about. So the product, price, and place for your target market and your ideal clients. It's amazing. Three minutes seems so long when you're like not talking and waiting in a sense. But it's good. You'll get a lot written down. Okay, let's go to the next part, which is the step 3 of the sales marketing, the marketing part, is to develop your marketing strategy and plans. Okay. So we talk about marketing is basically the way we can reach our client, right? Reach our prospect so people will come to do business with you. Normally there are 4 ways, right? Because one is basically in person, whether it's by word of mouth, people refer your business, or your brick and mortar store is in the busy strip, shopping mall, whatever, just by sheer foot traffic, people find you, right? Or people know you for a while, they come back to do business with you, right? Because your business is more of a repeat business. So those are the traditional way, right? And then to get to these clientele, when I had a store, I did quite a bit of marketing print, meaning advertising in the newspaper. I had a store first in Los Altos in California, so I advertising in Los Altos Town Crier. And later I moved my store for a bigger store, bigger location to San Carlos. And then I basically advertising the Palo Alto daily because it's more in San Mateo County that they are distributing their newspaper, right? And so it's more local newspapers right now. Of course, all the newspaper is online as well too. At that time, I was doing mostly was just printing. Right now, it's moving, but marketing, printing. And before now, people don't do yellow pages much, but there's also yellow page, right? It's still also marketing print. Now, the market by mail is basically you send, this is like the physical mail, okay? So it could be a letter, it could be, I know a lot of realtor always do those cards, but they don't send a postcard. There's always an envelope, right? It's usually a handwritten note, a greeting card, and different ones. So it's marketing by mail, or Christmas card and gift and different things, right? You send to, and now a lot of people don't do as much of that. Before, there's even those coupon kind of envelope, like all kinds of different companies put together, different coupon, you go through it, right? So all these are marketing by mail. But now it's pretty much taken the most, popular method of marketing is marketing online, right? It's whether it's through social media, and also Facebook ad, right? There's LinkedIn, there's Pinterest, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, right? There's so many of the now social media platform, and the young people is the TikTok, right? Which I haven't got into it yet. It seems to become so popular, but I haven't got into that part, right? But there are a lot of marketing platform because so many people are online, right? And actually, because of this COVID, now more and more people are online. So all these channels, very, very important to be able to really set it up. One thing I think it's absolutely necessary for any business, okay, for any business to set up is the Facebook business page, right? You have your profile, your personal one, but you need a Facebook business page and Google My Business. So this is for any business, they need it. Later on, if additional one, of course, most people have website, right? So website, whatever. Say you don't have any of your online presence. Those are the 2 things you absolutely need is the Facebook business page and also Google My Business page. And all those are free, right? You don't, even if you have a business page, you don't have to do advertising, but at least, people now see what you offer, can have that engagement with you. You can do personally, adding friends for that too, but I feel that business page is a lot more professional. And also this makes it easy for you to delegate, because with the Facebook business page, now you can assign a person, with limited role and what they can do for you for the business page as well too, okay? So that's basically the marketing strategies. Now, with all those strategies we talk about, first of all, is what is your business go to, adapt and pivot, right? One thing most people talk about is the like the online platform, selling online or whatever it is, right? It may not necessarily be, it could be also, still person to person, maybe making phone calls. If, especially if you're in service sector, right? You can call your customer and see what they need. First of all, just kind of let them know that you care, you thought of them, and wishing them well, healthy and well, right? But second thing is maybe you can offer some kind of help, professionally, in terms of, like say skincare tip or whatever now they're doing at home, right? So they don't come to see you anymore because they can't. And but still, they still need to take care of themselves so that it doesn't go, really bad, right? Deteriorating away. So these things, that's a great way. Maybe you don't see right away this, turning to monetizing to a business, but to keep that connection is very important, right? So that could be your goal, which is the first segment, like maybe basically it's the personal, interaction, whether it's through now only the phone because they can't come in, or you can do video, or so many online platform, including Zoom, they're all free, right? You can talk. So different things you can do to keep connected with your clientele. And another thing is email. Email them. You can do a newsletter, or if even newsletter is too complicated, you can just simply write your good customer email. And what you do is you just can BCC, right? You can write the email, and if you don't want to do one by one, you can BCC it. Or if you want to if you don't have the customer relationship software, like to automatically fill in the first name and different things, just do it really simple, is just an email. We all know how to write email, right? So two things you can do is, first of all, you can say high value customer, then you can just BCC all the people you need to send. Or if you want to really send to this person specific and what specific things you want to say, is you basically putting a note and then copy and paste. And a lot of time I just change a few wordings, so make it very specific and very personal to that person. But it doesn't take me as long because the major part of it is already written. So you can let them know what you think that it's good for them, right? So that's one of the action part, it's not just go anymore, right? One of the action part you can do is to reach out to them, right? So there are other things you can do too, but also one thing about is, or what I say about online, right? Very important now because everybody's online. Doesn't matter, the age group or our target customer, unless, your business is in elderly care or business, but most of business, right? Everybody's online. Doesn't matter the age, from young people to older people, they are all online. So developing an online marketing strategy is very important. And your action checklist, and say, I want to develop online marketing strategy, or, consult with somebody with that, or learn about that, right? So all these things can be, turn into action, right? So those are really, I can think of so many things we can do in this time, right? Staying home, even if your business is not open, or even if your business is open with limited capacity, there's so much marketing we can do. You can also do the gift cards idea, right? So people can support local businesses by buying gift cards from your business, and I know a lot of customers do, especially it's more personal service type of business, right? Spa or different ones, they know you, the haircut, right? They know you, and they know that people are in a hard time, so they really, if they can help by doing a gift card and whatever it is, and then they can use it later, they will do it. So it really helps if you kind of think of things and then just ask, don't be shy, ask. And well, we're here to, and I'm sure everybody have that. Well, I would say most people have that feeling. We really want to help our community, help each other in a sense, right? So to overcome this hardship right now and support our business, local business, because we don't want to see our local business really, shut down. So that's so much we can do for marketing. Okay, so right now you just want to write three important part of the marketing. I will give you 3 minutes as well too, and then I need to just speed up to finish. And wait, it's almost 3 o'clock. I talked too long. I thought it's going to be 1 hour. Am I right? Did I start the meeting too late? I think I started meeting too late. Oh, I apologize. I think I started 2 rather than, because it's almost 3 o'clock. So yeah, I apologize because I think I started meeting at 2 rather than 1:30. So, and actually at 3 o'clock, I have the business operations seminar, which is more talking about reopening the business, the stage of the, every state is in different stage. So right after this webinar, so I actually cannot be late. Right after this webinar, I have the other webinar, which is for the reopening of the business. Okay, so let me quickly go through. So I have only 7 minutes. So I apologize. I think I messed up the time. It's I suppose start at 1:30. I think I started at 2 o'clock rather than 1:30. This mid-year plan is something new I'm doing, so I'm not used to the time yet. But next week it's going to be 1:30. Okay, Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, so let's get started with the other part. So yeah, contact me if you want the one-page implementation plan. And it's great because this way, after you go through that process, which is important, going through the process, now you can define what you absolutely need to do, very easy, boom, 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 3 points for each area. So that's the way, and a checklist, right? You check, you're done, check. So, so contact me, and also I can help you with the, for your business, specific for your business. And my phone number is 650-382-1118. And you can email me info@victoryfinanceinc.com. And my website is victoryfinanceinc.com. You can book a free appointment there, 30 minutes, or you can just go to calendly.com/victoryfinance/30 minutes. And it's totally free. And I'm just going to help you to get your business plan together for the next 6 months. Okay. And I think, yeah, so that's next. Okay, so great. And next week, same time, 1:30 to 3 p.m., the action step to take for your business. That's what we've gone through today, but it's 2 parts because we really need the 2 parts. One is to define thinking, and today I kind of quickly went through the whole thing just in case somebody were not in the first section, but it's very important to think about it. and then to redefine it, then you'll get a lot more when you come to the Thursday one, okay? And then the 3 o'clock. So and today at 3 o'clock, so which is going to be in 5 minutes. I'm going to finish through on this one. And next week, it's on the 30th. And we know that the PPP is going to finish in the accepting applications. They still have money. So if you do need to talk to me instead of waiting for till Tuesday with your PPP situation, I mean, apply, okay? If you already applied, you just want to know how to use it to get forgiveness, then Tuesday webinar is good, okay? And then EIDL, the portal's open. So if you need the EIDL loans, and I'm doing that on Tuesday too, together with the PPP, just when you apply online, what you need to do. And also if you got the email, what to do, getting accepted. So that's all the updates with the SBA disaster loans. That's Tuesday, the 30th, and July, not June. I didn't. So the Thursday, July 2nd, it's going to be business operation, how to adapt your business in the COVID-19 era. Again, I'm going to go through more the detailed part of the, whether it's finance, whether it's business operation, and also the sales and marketing, okay? So today it's going to be talking about the business operation, the reopening, right? Because every state's, every county even is in a separate kind of stage, but most of county, I would say most of the country, it's no longer stage 1, right? It's stage 2, some are in stage 3, and some are even further along. So it's for the people who are in stage 2 and 3, what to do, okay? So those are the things I'm going to talk about, the different things that you need to be careful with, and also the OSHA and different aspect, okay, to make sure that the employee safe, and you as employer, how you can avoid the liability in that sense as well too. So join me in about 2 minutes, okay, on that. And again, my contact information, 650-382-1118, and email me, probably is better, info@victoryfinanceinc.com. And if you go to my website, victoryfinanceinc.com, you'll have a lot of the contents related to SBA disaster loans. So if you need more information, there's an opt-in page specific, all from the government and nonprofit organization, very direct information. And you can also book a 15-minute consultation just for anything general you want to talk about in business, not necessarily the business planning. You want me to develop a plan. You just want to talk about your business situation and how you want to move forward. I'm here to help, okay? So that you can book as well too, okay? So let's stop now. I have 1 minute to start a new presentation. So thank you for your time, and I will see you next week, Tuesday at 1:30. Okay, thanks, bye.